Hey, there's a discussion going on, and maybe it's hitting close to you. It has to do with the sacredness of our weekend and who's allowed to encroach on it. Oh, there are questions and opinions all over the spectrum. But let me use this as a pause and pivot moment. There are good folks who are pretty clear about what they believe, even some that say, hey, Sunday's a religious conviction. Others just want another day off, or hey, maybe even two. I wish there were more folks with the strong spiritual convictions, but let me make something clear for all of us. First of all, America, our work week with a kind of a set apart day is rooted back into the ancient text of Scripture. Like it or not, the Bible does say God rested on the seventh day, and Jewish history, we learn the Israelites were to do the same. But hey, spoiler alert, they had a 6-day work week. And the seventh day was actually Friday, according to their calendar, through Saturday. It wasn't on Sunday, as many think. That didn't come about until about 1,400 years later, and Sunday was never mandated. It was only a good practice amongst the early Christians. America, hey, it's great people want a kind of a rest perk, but give credit to where credit's due. I mean, it comes right out of the Bible, right? And understand more about the history. It's a good study. You want to learn about health and spiritual renewal. But here's another truth. Yeah, we're not machines. We were meant to reset and refresh and renew, but everything about you, your body, your mind, and yeah, your spirit too. How's that doing? Here's another truth. Yeah, your physical rest and your spiritual renewal were to be tied together. It was meant to draw you closer to God. How's that working? And maybe this is where America workers kind of falter. See, life gets messy and mixed up, and God gets pretty stern when people kind of detach from how he intended rest to actually be practiced. Here's an interesting ancient story. It comes right out of Zechariah 7. Oh, Israel, who are God's chosen people, successfully kind of alienated themselves from him, resting and working according to their own rules. Yeah, it was disastrous. 70 years under a foreign dictator. They suffered, right? Gradually, they were permitted to go back into the land of Israel, and then the questions came up. And interesting enough, it came up during a work day, right? And they began asking, shouldn't we be doing these feasts and fastings like we did long ago? And God got pretty stern in his response through the prophet. Were you honestly doing it for me? That was the question that was posed. Were they honestly doing it for God? Were these special days, were they about acknowledging him? Not, right? That's what he confronted them with. You were doing it for yourselves, he said through the prophet. Here's an interpretation. You know, we have this propensity to want the world to rotate around our kind of creature comforts. You know, we want this cushy life on our own terms. Yeah, I'm all about getting the necessary breaks after hard work, and I'm also about doing it like God said. He gives us principles for how to worship him and how to rest. And does it have to be Sunday? Well, the Bible never mandated that. Actually, when it comes to feast and fast and special days, this is a good place to start. Right out of Zechariah chapter 7, it says, administer true justice. Show mercy, deep compassion for each other. And don't forget the vulnerable people among you. Quit taking an advantage of each other. Wow, what a work week that would look like. Maybe even your Sunday as well.